Good morning. How's it going? It's topic 20, I think. It should be. Need to look. Make sure. Yes. All right. Good morning, Kuru, Dear Bard, Teak Princess. You're back. 1 second. Dice. Adsgi, Mila, Alms, Infinite Divide. Nice hat. Hat. Do I have a hat? Good morning, Kilrathi. All right, I think Lurib, good morning, good morning. I want to sketch, for those who didn't join in on Saturday, I did an extra stream on Saturday, and we were talking about the topic of strong female main characters, like in movies or games, whatever. And there isn't really, and I want to sketch, I think, some sort of badass woman, superhero-esque type thing. So I think that I'm gonna do that today, because I wanna get something done. It's for an exhibit. So that's my topic today. I'm gonna overrule the voting poll and just sketch some superhero, female superheroine. Is that what we call it, right? Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do today. So let's get going. Bikini armor, Kilrathi. Yeah, for sure, bikini armor. So I was thinking, I had this scene in mind, right? Like I'm seeing her standing almost like Superman, like she's punched someone and she's holding some destroyed guy, right? Some enemy, and she's kind of, I think, having her foot up. That's what I saw, the pose at least, kind of like, but she has to, I want her to feel like she's leaning over a bit, but then looking under her eyebrows for the next victim. Something like that. And I want her to be like smoking because they've been trying to shoot her. And I was thinking what would be cool is to kind of give her some sort of not power armor like Iron Man, but some sort of mechanical suit of sorts. Now the question is, what kind of mechanical suit? That I don't know. I'm finally Rib. I had to take the kids to school. Managed to get a nice relaxing walk back to the office. I'm all good. How are you? Yeah, the weekend was pretty good. Like, but unfortunately, like on the Saturday stream, for example, I had to end it a bit shorter than usual because I was my wife's in Paris, and I just didn't have time to, or wasn't really able to go full on. You know, like I had to take care of the kids the day after, and couldn't spend all night sitting and painting. No. I'm thinking this leg is wrong. I think that is better. Like, I think the leg should fall back and I can smoke, and this is in front. I probably need to center her slightly. There, Bart. Oh, I didn't know you had kids. Cool. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta, you know, you can't just ignore your kids. Well, you can, but then I think it'll have legal ramifications if you do it too much. No, my philosophy: if you have kids, you gotta take care of them. Obviously. I don't want to like over sexualize her, the superhero, female superhero. So that's gonna be an interesting, because the go-to movie is like some weird, um, like Twister pose with the butt out, just because she's a woman, right? But like I talked on Saturday, like there, if you think about uh, strong female characters, um, and I came to that conclusion, or to that topic, because I was putting my daughter to bed, and I always have to be in like next to her so she can fall asleep. Uh, she falls asleep really fast when you're there, so she, you know, comforting and whatever. And while I was lying there waiting for her to fall asleep, I was thinking about like, what superhero would I tell my daughter to idolize? You know, like look up to. Like, this superhero uh, has good morals or whatever. Is a superhero of good. And I was thinking, like, there's only men that has that. I mean, obviously there's some female superheroes, but they have so much sex. It's like they over sexualized. Like, you know, they're not really, you know, like they always have to be sex involved when when it's a woman, and it's a bit annoying, you know. Like, my daughter doesn't have one. And my son, for example, he said like, "Oh, there's no strong women." It's like, why do you think that? He was like, "Well, there isn't any." And then I tried to like give him a counter, and I was thinking about like, what movies has he been watching, which I can, you know, make an example that there's a strong woman. And I was like, and the only closest that I could get to was like Rey in Star Wars, but you know, she's not obviously super strong in that sense. Dear Bard. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Um, should she have a cape? Or should we go with the Incredibles mantra, no capes? But a cape does add movement. But then if there's a cape, you always think Supergirl or whatever her name is. Yeah, like superheroes are actually quite hard to design. You know, like how to design them so that they're iconic and readable and relatable. Although does just because she's a woman and you have to point it out, does she need to have flowing hair, for example? Because girls should have long hair. All these things, right? But maybe if she's a badass, maybe she has some lucky haircut. I don't know. It's an interesting. It's not an easy thing to do. Topic is really tricky. Like, how do you design a female superhero that's not overly sexualized, but still iconic? Obviously, I won't manage to design something iconic in 30 minutes. If I could do that, then I would be extremely rich. But I think it's a good exercise. Yeah, like yeah, I'm not thinking. Not thinking cape either. I mean, the cape is a bit. I think it's a bit too retro, right? No superheroes have capes anymore. It's just old school, like 80s, 90s superhero that has capes. I mean, if you look at like a character like Deadpool, I kind of like that kind of design on a superhero. Like it's broken and dirty and bloody, and it's been through war. And I think I'm gonna have to design this female superhero, and I definitely want to show that like she's been through uh, some serious war, like that she isn't pristine, she isn't like fresh out of the box. I wanted to show that she's been like Wolverine, like in the dirtiest, most broken scenes, he looks like he's had a fall or a house collapse on him, right? And that's the kind of feel I'm gonna try to go for in the painting. Yeah, I think some sort of just tactical-esque armor would probably be the most kind of modern interpretation of it. But I'm thinking about like what's the hook of the superhero? Like what's the visual cue? I mean, Hulk is green, right, and overly muscled. What's it called? Captain America is also like overly muscled, and he can't die, right? Well, he can die, but it's extremely hard for him to die. I'm not good at superhero stuff, but as far as I know, he kind of regenerates, or just really really hard to crack. I don't know what making Captain America like super strength or whatever. Probably some sort of science experiment, right? As per usual. Um, but then you have the kind of X-Men superheroes, right? With mutants. I think that's a cool twist to a superhero. Like, is she have some sort of mutation? Maybe some different color. I did a design of a space pirate once, and she was blue, and I kind of like that idea of just kind of tinting the body color of the body, but that could also alienate her from being relatable, right? Probably better for an enemy, because then they're more different. But some sort of tech armor layer, I think, would definitely be interesting. Simulates muscles somehow. Should she have weapons or just overpowered? I think instinctively I dig the idea of just pure power. Yeah, I think messy short hair is the way to go. Good morning, Nareda. Brienne, is that of Game of Thrones? Yeah, yeah, that's cool. Nareda, that's a nice parallel. That was actually one of the persons we talked about on Saturday. That it's a strong female lead character, right? There isn't that many. Uh, she's a cool character, definitely. I like that she's so resolute in her beliefs and fights the good fight. I think that's a good character to as a role model. But like I said, my 6-year-old daughter can't watch Game of Thrones. She'll have nightmares. Um, but it's weird. Like we discussed it at length on Saturday. But it's so weird that there isn't really good female uh, strong characters. They always have to be sexy. Kilrathi. No, I don't think there's cyborg enhancements. I was thinking, but more like some sort of technology suit. Maybe to just, oh, maybe enhancements. Maybe just make her extra strong or extra, but she's already very fast. Or maybe it has to cool her down. Maybe need to tame the power. Maybe that is an interesting line to go. That she's just too strong. Would that be a stupid idea? But anyways, it's just going to be a painting. It's not going to be a full-on character. But I think it would be good to think about it, so it's in the visual narrative of the painting. Let's put down some values and start just kind of grayscale painting the the thing. Trinity from Matrix. I think Trinity was a pretty good, but it's not a main character or a lead character. She's yeah, but then she also turns into the housewife type character, right? She doesn't. She has to be saved by the man. Hey, Captain Jetlag. Good morning. Infinite Divide. Jodie Foster, just Jodie Foster in general as the person, and I mean, there's many inspirational women outside of movies, but I was talking about movies, you know. Or do you mean Jodie Foster in Silence of the Lambs? Which Jodie Foster? Sorry to be that, but you know. Obviously, my daughter can't watch Silence of the Lambs and be inspired by Jodie Foster in that movie. Uh, naturally. Contact. Um, I don't think my daughter would understand. It's just too abstract for a child to be entertained by. It's too deep. Uh, so obviously that is not um, an option. But I mean, there's always some examples if we dig deep of good role models for women. But the amount of men compared to women is ridiculous. You know, like it's so unproportional. Not necessarily little girl role models, but role mo good female role models in general. I don't remember who, but someone mentioned Lucy. You know, the movie Lucy, where she gets drugs, experimental drugs leaks into her system, and she gets, you know, evolved. Um, that's a pretty cool. Um, but I mean, obviously, then again, it's a little bit over the top. My daughter won't be able to watch it, but it's just hard to make. Apparently, it's hard to make a good female lead not sexualized. Um, Captain Jetlag, but you can also say it's just heroic examples for boys. Just, or do you mean that there's no non-hero men? Or what's the point? What was your what did you want to? I guess I didn't get it. Schmaze, yeah. Lucy was pretty bad. Captain Jetlag, yeah. Do you mean that boys only have the heroic daredevil role models? You mean? Yeah, that's a true. That's true. I mean, that's true as well. Should be other kinds of role models, but there isn't, right? It's just man of action type characters that boys can look up to. That's true. So this is a fair statement. Kim Possible. I have no idea what that is. I know it's some sort of thing. I heard about it, but never seen it, I think. Ah, that character. Yeah, but I mean, when you go to like super cartoony stuff, you know, there's always some stuff like that. You mean like Moana or whatever they're called, Disney movie. Oh, yeah, Incredibles. That's a pretty good one. It had a good mix of all different sexes as or genders as heroes. I like that. It was a good movie. It was really good. And what's also really cool about it is in Incredibles is that the actions are their actions matter rather than their gender, right? It's not like there's some sexy spy or there's some uh, you know, it's just their super that's is special about them, not their, you know, the super is genderless, which was really cool. Yeah, Incredibles. I think it's a really cool movie, and I'm so happy that um, they're making a sequel. I think that's great. Can't wait to see what they come up with. I remember first time seeing Incredibles, how impressed I was by everything in that movie. And then every time you rewatch it, and you're still just impressed by it. It's a really cool movie. Story, everything is fantastic. Yeah, I love actually all the kids movies that they've made recently. Last, let's say, 5 6 years. Some really cool movies. Obviously, I watch a lot of kid movies because I have two children myself. Um, but it's really there's the storytelling in them is great. I think I'm gonna try to pursue this this painting on my spare time. Obviously, make her look less psychotic in the eyes and all these things, but I think it's a pretty good general direction. Moana, no, I haven't seen it. My son went to see it, but I never watched it. Sing, by the way, is an awesome movie. It was really cool, really well made. The performance in there is great. They've really managed to get good people singing in there, and also they created great characters in how they were behaving. It's really funny. The girl from the labyrinth. Yeah, that's a pretty good, strong female character actually. Infinite Divide. That's a good one. I forgot about her. Thanks, Koro. It's hard to, like I said, I doubt I'll nail some iconic design in 30 minutes, but I think it has enough here to warrant to further enhance the design and painting, I'd say. Could have some flying embers, could have some fires in the background. Um, yeah, I think I'll actually I'll try to finish this on my spare time. I have to, really. I have to come up with something for that exhibition. I'm thinking maybe making her limbs a little bit abstract or pushed a little bit more so that it's not just normal physique. Somehow. Maybe like hint of speed, like cat-like, just kind of fast lines in the design. I'm thinking maybe. Anyways, time's up. Can't be painting more on this. Thanks everyone for coming. I hope you have a great day. Lurie, but not Pan's Labyrinth. Labyrinth, a movie from the late 80s. It's with the guy that died recently. What's his name? David Bowie. It's an iconic, like, late 80s movie. I have it like limited edition, collector's edition. Anyways, thanks everyone. And I will stream the process, I think, probably tonight. We'll see. Anyways, have a good one. Bye.